Okay, hello everyone. Welcome, welcome. Let's see if I can see everything. Looks like I can. Okay. Hey, Sue. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Bear with me while I just try to straighten things just a touch here. Okay, I think I got it. Facebook is again not allowing me to go landscape, so hopefully. I miss you guys. It's been a rough couple of weeks. Hey, Miss Donna. Thank you for sharing. I do appreciate that. Speaking of, I'm going to try to do the same here if it'll let me. Let's see. Let's do it this way. Right, opposed. All right, we're going to change it to group and VIP. All right. Hey, Miss Nancy. So glad to see you. All right, one more place I need to share this with my team. Where is my team? So straight, there it is. Okay. And post. All right, I think I'm back. All right. Hey, Carol and Lisa. Happy New Year. Glad to see everyone jumping on. Today I am featuring one of the new celebration sets, the Heal Your Heart, but I also am going to use the 3 different sets of celebration paper. Our celebration catalog, or brochure, or whatever you want to call it, has some amazing paper in it. I can actually open this on camera now, so thanks, Carol. I'm glad to be feeling a little better. It was a rough couple weeks there, but we're starting to finally find normal. So anyway, awesome paper in this particular brochure. One is the Paper Blooms Designer Series paper, so we'll be using that. The other is the Oso Ombre Designer Series paper. We'll be using that tonight, as well as the Flower and Fields Designer Series paper. Oh, I'm out of camera here. Unfortunately, I'm in portrait mode instead of landscape, which means we don't see as much of my desk as normal. So I gotta watch to see what you're seeing. So anyway, this pretty paper. This is the Flower and Fields Designer Series paper. So we're using the 3 sets of paper along with the Heal Your Heart stamp set. So again, remember, celebration for every $50 you set. Hey, Laura. So glad you could join us. Miss Sherry. Thank you. But anyways, during celebration, for every $50 you spend, you get to select something from this brochure for free. There are 2 selections that are free with a $100 purchase. The first one being this Touch of Ink stamp set. This is a 2-step stamp set that has lots of stamps and is absolutely gorgeous. And as you can see just from the samples in the brochure, it's pretty awesome. And then there is the Berry Blessing stamp set and Designer Series paper. These 2 items go together and they coordinate with the Sweet Strawberry bundle that's in the mini catalog. So again, free with a $100 purchase, you get both the paper and the stamp set. So just something so that you're aware of. Okay, and I do have Prize Patrol. So from our video 2 weeks ago, I have 2 winners, Carol and Miss Lori. I haven't seen Lori pop on yet, but if anybody sees her, let her know she is one of our Prize Patrol winners. So Miss Carol. Hey, Deborah. Glad you could join us. June, so glad to see you. All right. So anyway, you have some pearls coming your way, Lori and Carol. And then for tonight, I have two different items. I have, the first one is these beautiful Peaceful Poppy Elements. I have a package of those. And then I have a package of the Holiday Rhinestones. So for sharing and commenting on the video, next week we will announce our winners for these. Okay, so I'm going to set these aside. I'm going to put them where I'm not going to lose them, because I did lose Prize Patrols the other day. So I have some stuff that we're going to get out in the mail here. So anyway, Heal Your Heart. Tonight's cards are very simple cards. I didn't have enough energy to get into fancy folds and anything too difficult. So we have here a Wishing I Could Heal Your Heart. We have Thank You. This one, I'm going to show you how to use that gold leafing. And then we have here, We're in This Together. All right. So we're going to start with our Wishing I Could Heal Your Heart. And for that, I do have thick Whisper White, cut 4 1/4 by 11. And just so that you are all aware, some of you probably have already heard Stampin' Up! Discontinued our Whisper White cardstock. And this was not a choice that they made. It wasn't because they just decided, you know, the Whisper White's been around for so long, it's time to do something different. The paper mill that they used to make our Whisper White went out of business as a result of COVID. So they couldn't get any more. They went out of business, which is really sad. But they were able to source another paper mill to create white cardstock for us. It'll now be basic white. It will come in thick. It will come in the standard. Very comparable to our Whisper White. I actually have a package of both on order coming, but I still have a lot of Whisper White, so I'm going to use that up. But it is comparable, and it's going. We aren't going to feel the effects of not having Whisper White. So anyway, I have the thick Whisper White, cut 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. I have my bone folder here just to give that a nice press. Then I have a piece of basic black. This is cut 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. And then I have a piece of the Designer Series paper. That is this one here. This is the Flowers and Fields Designer Series paper. And that's cut 3 inches by 4 inches. Then I have a scrap of basic black to cut out my scalloped circle. And then I have the Whisper White for stamping. So I'm going to set those aside for just a minute. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to attach our DSP to our basic black. Okay, and then who's excited that we have twine again? So I have here the package of Snail Mail Twine Combo Pack, and I'm using the white. Yeah, Laura, I agree. I love this paper. Actually, I love all the paper in this, both catalogs, Celebration and our mini. All right, so we're wrapping that twice. I'm going to go ahead and trim that. I love twine. It makes for an easy embellishment. So now we're just going to go ahead and tie this into a bow off to the side here. And you know, I love my little tweezers here. You can get these off Amazon or any craft store if you're out and about. But they make tying bows so much easier. So just give that a good tug, and then I probably got a little crazy there with my tails. We can cut them down. Okay, so now we have our twine. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add dimensionals. I love twine, Carol. Like I said, it makes for an easy embellishment that looks good. I was so sad when we didn't have any twine anymore, when they retired all of it. All right, so we're just going to center that on our card, like so. Then we have our Whisper White, and I have Wishing I Could Heal Your Heart and some Memento Black ink. And we're just going to stamp like so. It's a little crooked, but that's okay because we're cutting it out. So I have the second to largest stitched circle from the Stitched Shapes dies. And then I have, it's like the fourth largest of the scalloped circle from the Layering Circles dies. And that's going to cut out the black. I am going to bring in the little mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Love this little guy. He's so cute. Get these out of the way. Set that there. So we have plate number 1. We have a plate number 2. We have our, let's put this on here, die with our sentiment. Let's just grab a little sticky. And we're going to sandwich it between the two plates. And then we're just going to run it through. Oh, that's fine, Carol. I understand. Oh, Nancy, you're going to love the little mini. It is so handy. It really is. So there's our sentiment. I'll throw that back in there so we don't lose it. And then we have our basic black piece. And again, we're just going to set that on plate number 2, which is going to be on top of 1, the other number 2, and we'll run it through. Oh, I love the full-size version too, Carol, but the mini is just handy because it is so little. It's easy to get in and out of the way. So I find that I'm using it quite a bit because most of our dies work with it. There are some dies that are too large, but overall, it's all good. Okay, so we bring our pieces back in. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little glue. Get those together. And again, dimensionals. Oh, absolutely, Nancy. If your big shot's working, I totally understand that. Gotta have our money for the things that we want and the new stuff. All right, so there is card number 1. Yes, Carlene, it would be very easy because it weighs hardly anything. Like, that's one-handed. It's just the cat's meow, in my opinion. Okay, so there is card number 1. So card number 2, that is our thank you card, and I'm going to show you how to use the gold leafing with this one that's in the mini catalog. And for this one, we're using the Oh So Ombre paper. I'm using the Blackberry Bliss. I have a Thick Whisper white card base. This is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I'm just going to take our bone folder and press that out. Then we have a piece of Blackberry Bliss. This measures 5 by 3 3/4. And then we have a piece of the Oh So Ombre, and that is 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. So we can go ahead and layer these together. And the other back side of this is Granny Apple Green. So you have lots of colors in this Oh So Ombre paper stack. Centered. And then for this one, I'm using like one of my favorite ribbons in the whole wide world. As a matter of fact, I just opened another spool of it because I've used up, I think this is like my 3rd spool of the crinkle ribbon. Love this stuff. Like, really love it. So we're just going to tie all right. And this one, I didn't pop it up. I just went ahead, used my glue, and put it down like so. Oh, that's why this stuff is awesome, Nancy. It's free. When you're spending your $50, you're getting the paper free. I don't know, Laura. I like both, but I noticed since I've been sick, trying to hit things center is, I don't know. I'm not doing a very good job, so I kind of went to this liquid glue today. Because otherwise things are very lopsided, and the liquid glue gives me that wiggle room. Okay, so now we're going to do the gold leafing for our thank you. So I'm going to start with my thank you stamp, and I have the Versamark ink pad. And those of you who've been around Stampin' Up! For a while, you may remember back when we had heat and stick powder. Well, it's back. Well, I still have mine from way back when. So I did not buy a new jar of heat and stick powder. I have my original, which is got the green label. Now it's got a black. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and stamp thank you in Versamark ink. Then I'm going to bring in some scrap paper here. This is an old printout I had. And we got the heat and stick powder. And I'm just going to try to coat this thank you. That looks good. Get this out of the way. And we just need our heat tool. Gonna let that warm for just a second. And now we're just gonna heat that. And it doesn't take too long. It just has to melt enough to become shiny and sticky. And that's all she requires right there. You never bought it, Nance? Well, it's pretty fun. Oh, this is really cool. Wait till you see this. All right, so now we have our gold leafing. Okay. And I have it's not real stiff, but it's a little bit stiffer than most of my brushes. And this is going to help us. This stuff is the coolest stuff, but it does fly around, so just be careful with it. So you're going to stick this in here, and it feels like soft, silky. It's hard to explain, but it's really cool. But now it sticks to your fingers and everything else in between, so just be careful because you will have gold leafing everywhere. And then you just keep rubbing the excess off. Is that not the coolest thing? There you have it. All right, and now I'm just going to get it off my hands. Okay. Good. And watch those little flyaways because they are everywhere. Oop. Okay, so that is our gold leafing. So now I'm going to bring in my second to the largest stitched oval from the Stitched Shapes set. And we're going to go ahead, layer that. And run it through our little mini. dimensionals. And there you have it. Card number 2. Tucker's fine, Sherry, thank you. He's taking his little nap here, being a good boy tonight. Alrighty. Now we're ready to do card number 3, which is another really simple card. This one is using the gorgeous celebration paper called Paper Blooms. And I have a piece of Seaside Spray cardstock for our card base, and that's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Just going to use my bone folder to press that out. Then I have a piece of Night of Navy. This measures 2.5 by 5.5. And then we have a piece of the DSP that I've cut 2 1/4 by 5.5. And then I have a scrap of some Whisper White to do our sentiment and die cut. So we're gonna, again, just take some adhesive here. And attach it to our Night of Navy piece. So that just gives us a nice little edge. And we're going to attach that to the front of our card. We're just going to center that. Then we want our Night of Navy ink and our sentiment that says we are in this together. Whoop. Close that up. And once again, this die here is from the, shoot, what's the name of that one? It is from the Tasteful Labels dies. And we're gonna bring in our mini again. So we're gonna lay this down like so. Get that in there. Bring the mini in. Need our dimensionals. Well, thank you, Sherry. Glad you like them. And we're just gonna set that right there in the center. And then I have here some of the holiday rhinestones. And we're gonna use the Night of Navy ones. I'm gonna put one there, one there, and there. And that finishes up card number 3. There's number 2 and number 1. So there they are. 3 really quick, simple cards where your sentiment becomes your focal point, along with some beautiful paper. Quick, simple, and ready to go. Oh, you're welcome, Carol. Glad you were able to see the whole thing. Oh, good, Donna. I'm so glad. Thanks, Sue. I'm so happy that you guys liked them. Like I said, nothing too fancy, but between the paper and the sentiments, I think they really pop pretty well. Oh, of course, Sherry. You're always welcome. I do want to thank you ladies that have placed orders this week. It's been very helpful and I appreciate it greatly. You do have thank yous coming. I do too, Nancy. Quick and easy. Usually you're in a hurry when you need a card, so something like these, you can throw together a whole bunch of them and get them out pretty quickly. Oh, you're welcome, Robin. I'm so glad you're able to join. Oh, thank you, Corina. I appreciate that. So glad you could join us. Again, don't forget, we do have Prize Patrol for tonight, so next weekend I will be announcing the winners. But again, share, comment, and you'll be in the drawing for... Thank you, Laura. I appreciate that. Every day is a little bit better. I consider myself one of the lucky ones, honestly. COVID is nothing to be laughed at, that's for sure. But every day is better. I take one step at a time, and it's all good. I am, Sue. Thank you. Like I said, every day is a little bit better, so it definitely kicked my butt. But all right, ladies, I hope you all have a wonderful evening and an even better week, and I will see you back here next weekend. You still haven't gotten your MIDI catalog, Donna. Oh, no. Okay. If you don't have it by middle of this week, by Wednesday, email me, message me, and let me know, and I will get one into the mail to you. Okay? Because you should have received it. I know there are still quite a few people that haven't gotten them yet, but they are rolling in this week, I'm hearing. So let's give it till Wednesday. If you don't have it by Wednesday, let me know, and we'll get you one. Absolutely. You got to have one because it's awesome. Okay? Okay, guys, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you back here Sunday. Bye.